Well, thank you, everybody. It's good to be here on the streets of New York for Town Hall number, Scott Reynolds.
51.
51, okay. What, 10,000? All right, yes. Very excited to be here in New York, and more so excited for the week that we had last week in Warsaw with the team. We had almost all of our team members there. Colin, unfortunately, wasn't. He was busy closing deals, and Andre and Lucian, of course, were in Romania. And that we are planning on our inaugural, our first DevCon for platformOS, and Carter and Diana might have a special option for us in Hungary, in Budapest. So we'll keep that as an option. And last week was fantastic. Clark, who's going to be running the meeting with Cole to give you an update on what we covered, came over as well. And he's actually still in Warsaw, and he's heading to Poznan. So he's doing a lot of one-on-ones with the team, putting together a lot of the strategy stuff that we've been not lacking, but just haven't had the headspace to give the focus that we've wanted so that we can plan Q3 and 4. And so he's taken the reins of that, doing an incredible job, as you'll see. And I just want to say thanks to everybody on the team for an incredible week last week. You'll see through the slides and the photos and the stories and the presentations that the team went through that we've got a really rigorous plan going forward for Q3 and Q4. We hit most of our goals that we set from our last meeting that we had in Warsaw. So I'm really pleased with that. And the team are pumped, are on fire, and the camaraderie is amazing. As Clark was sharing in the preamble before we hit record, we had some really cool team building stuff going on with a escape room with American Ninja Warrior thrown in. Not quite American Ninja Warrior, but it was pretty high up there. But there was a lot of problem solving and a lot of physical activity. We did have a couple of physical incidents, which incredibly, the ladies just keep powering through anyway. They've got blood oozing out of their legs, and they've got concussion, and they just just jump up and keep going. I don't think we would experience that kind of level of tenacity in California, but definitely we did in Warsaw. So I'm going to leave it at that. I can't wait to see the recording, not to listen to me ramble on now, but to watch and listen to everything that's going to now precede me. So over to you, Clark.
Great, thanks, Adam. I'm just trying to sneak in and bring some escape room photos.
Oh, okay. Well, I can just ramble on as always.
No, good.
Okay. Thanks.
So
Thanks,
I'm going to just share my screen with everybody. Through the presentation, platformOS 2019 in Warsaw. So this is beautiful Warsaw. Adam was kind enough to ship a few of us over there, and this place is just absolutely beautiful for all those that have never had the opportunity to come. It's very different from what I've been used to, and just having a great time here. Hence why I'm spending a good, decent amount of time with the team. As I said before, I'm slowly driving the Czech completely insane. Basically, I'm making him teach me about the whole platform from scratch. And since I don't have the technical background, I'm slowly making him questioning why he let me stay at his place with him. So we have these lovely people. This is our team. It was great to, regardless of, it's great that we have an opportunity now in life to work remotely and be anywhere and do great things. But there is just nothing that will ever replace being able to break bread with someone, laugh, and share some jokes and some fun times. So this is it was great to be able to meet a lot of these people, and I know sometimes I think a lot of these people haven't met each other as well over the years. So it was good to be able to catch up with everyone. And it was also great to have the Cyclad team over, and we were able to share and some great stories and go through a crazy Ninja Warrior escape room with them, which was absolutely hilarious. So it's great having our channel partners be able to share those things. So, and as Adam said, it would be great to one day expand that circle and hopefully get big enough to have a platformOS conference and get all you guys together. Now, platformOS year to date, basically Adam's kind of brought us together on where we are tracking as a business and where we've been. And it's really important to reflect on those times because we have come a long way. And sometimes we fail to see that. And sometimes we wish we were further down the road, but it's really important to recognize what we've done so far and celebrate that. So Adam kind of presented, all the things that we've been doing, which includes, the module marketplace getting built and getting that up and running and working out how that's going to impact our community. The billing module obviously is a huge part of everything we've been working on, and we're continually, reviewing how that's moving along. It's great to celebrate the wins of our channel partners as well. So it was great having SiteGlide there, but to also see that they are now, a recommended migration partner for BC, as well as SiteGlide came and presented their product in more detail for our team to really get an understanding of how our users are using our platform and what the potentials are. So it was great having these guys there. We went through our own client list, reviewing all the work that we've done and really understanding how far we've gone with these clients, the performance that we've been able to deliver, as well as the learnings, which I think is the most critical component of these clients that we have given. Now, our channel partners, obviously, we talk about you guys all the time. And it's, the reality is, without you guys, we just wouldn't be where we were, and you really make us where we are. And I know there are, there's constructive criticism and conflict and arguments, and the reality is we really value that. But having a great channel partner network that we have currently, and all these early adopters continuing to push our product is really important for us. So when Adam Cook kindly wrote this beautiful note to us in Slack, thank you so much, Adam. That kind of stuff really means a lot to us. And I'm sure, like right now, there's a whole bunch of business owners here, a whole bunch of entrepreneurs doing similar things. And just to get that recognition means just a huge amount from the team. So thank you for all the channel partners out there that continue to support us, that continue to speak well about us, and that continue to argue with us and push us and get us to be the best that we can be. We wouldn't be here without you. And then Adam constantly refers to this component of where we are as a platform and our company is that we are now crossing the chasm. We've gone through and made a few mistakes, worked out who we were, worked out where we're moving, and we're now at that cusp of just really growing and learning and building and actually coming out swinging. So it's just a super exciting time for the business, and I'm just so incredibly grateful and lucky to have been able to join just before this, just to see us in that growth phase and being a part of that. After that, we had Maciek go through the engineering with us, just kind of what the priorities are, where we're moving for in 2019. And basically, firstly, how do we keep to our core engineering principles and our values to ensure that these 5 areas are always have a focus? There's this, there's a constant want to work on the newest, coolest thing and to produce new stuff. And, everyone fights to do that. But at the same time, someone's got to be there to make sure that everything works right, that the performance is there, the security is there, the scalability is there, and the flexibility and the reliability and all that kind of stuff. It's just maybe not as fun, but someone's got to do it. And we are constantly trying to focus on that. And a part of that is, putting our engineering developments into 3 columns. So one is maintenance, which is really about, we've built something great. We can't just jump onto the next thing and let what we've done. So it's really important to maintain things. From understanding how other platforms worked in the past and doing that kind of analysis. There are some people that they've built the longest road, but and they've gone further than everybody else. But when they turn around, that road's like already breaking and cracking, and people just can't get to the same place. So it just becomes useless. So it's really important that we continue to focus on that and be completely honest with everyone out there. About 50% of our dev time is just focus on maintenance that a lot of people just don't see, working through the DevOps issues, working to ensure the performance is consistent, making sure that we're up and running, making sure all these different things that ensures that your product that you're building operates in the best and the most efficient way, which is really difficult because it's not something that you can really clearly see happening. It's when things crash, then everyone's like, whoa, they know about it. But when things just run smoothly, no one thinks about that. So it's really important that we continue to focus on that maintenance to ensure that our core product continues to be what it is and not losing the focus on it. Obviously, our customer needs are absolutely critical. So that's channel partner needs and what we need to develop and the direction we need to develop based upon your feedback. And I've gathered a lot of that, and Carter has been going around gathering a lot of that. And just understanding, one, we created this product for you guys, so we need to listen to what you tell us, regardless if we like it or not. So we need to be develop things that you ask and solving your problems, because otherwise it's just useless. And then there's a component of innovation that is just absolutely critical and needs to be there. As much as we need to do the maintenance, as much as we need to focus on our customers, there is a component that has to be completely independent, that we need to be focusing on what is coming around the corner so that we're not left behind and that we can continue to service the next cutting edge tech solutions that are getting built on platformOS. What those percentages will constantly change based upon where we are. And hopefully, we can focus more and more in the future on innovation. But right now, the main focus is obviously maintenance and ensuring that as we grow, that especially our core channel partners that have stuck with us and all these early adopters that have believed in us, that we don't forget that. So we're constantly focusing on how we can support you guys. So the 2019 engineering focus is security and performance. Obviously, as I've been harping on about maintenance. So, we are really getting to the stage where we're growing quite significantly. So we need to ensure that performance is there, the reliability is there, that you can have faith in the product, and also the security of that. The modules and the module marketplace is really important. That's the critical feedback that we got from the review with our channel partners. Is that you get platformOS, it's open, and then you don't really know what's there to do. So there needs to be more that comes out of the box, and we understand that, as well as the module marketplace and how that works and how that ecosystem is going to work and how we can assist people to develop really good modules that will continue to push our ecosystem. Automation and monitoring of our DevOps solutions, that is absolutely fundamental. It's once again, back to that maintenance to ensure that we are performing for you guys. The channel partner support. So, once again, I'll be harping on about this. So it's not forgetting our customers, not forgetting the fact of their needs. As much as we want to be jumping on the next coolest thing, you guys really, we really do listen to you. We understand that you need us to help solve your problems. And if we can do that, please always let us know, because that's what we're here for. And then obviously the platform enhancements and how we can make our platform better. And we've gone through the last 2 weeks, just a huge amount of things that this business needs to look at in the future and how we can position all that. And a lot of the feedback from the channel partners has been, one, we need a really clear roadmap of where you're going and really clear defined goals. And we want it communicated in a way that's not on Slack. And so we've been listening to that, and we've been really working through what that roadmap is going to look like. What are the key components? Let's define it. Let's give it back to our channel partners for their feedback. Let's listen to it to see if we're going in the right direction or if we should be changing it. So that's kind of the things that we've been working on from an engineering focus for the rest of the year. We've been going through the marketing. So obviously we had that, we have built this great product, but we need people to know about it so we can grow and develop this ecosystem in our community. So what does that marketing mean for us? I was lucky enough to work with Storytech, who has this amazing branding website that they have that you can go through for just $500 a day and go through a complete branding workshop that will kind of ask you all the critical questions that you need to define. And in my past life, I used to work with one of the leading PR firms in Sydney, Australia, and they would charge just thousands and thousands of dollars to conduct something like this. So to get all that knowledge and history and insight for $500 a day was just invaluable. And it was just a really pleasant experience, a lot of great videos, a lot of workshop exercises, and just an amazing opportunity to work through this. It comes through, it's a full day, I mean, it's online, but it's a full day workshop that you can develop with your team. And it goes through all the different things and videos for every single one of them. It's just fantastic. So I encourage everyone to check it out if you're trying to work out a new problem or a new brand for yourself or for one of your clients. So, they ask you all these type of questions. So you spend in there really trying to think about it. And it's really just a big brain dump to begin with. You're just throwing everything on the map. And then afterwards, you're trying to make it into a clear and concise, detailed information. And then you break that down further into kind of like a fancy marketing story or line. So James is the CEO of Storytech. I've been working with him for the past few weeks on this, and he's just a lovely guy to work with, and really love what he's doing with Storytech. So based upon that, is the discussion is what is our purpose for platformOS, and our purpose is to break down the limitations and enable anyone with the inclination to build digital technology solutions an easy and effective way of building their ideas and getting it out to market while minimizing the worry, stress, and financial burden that comes with the process. That's what we want to be doing. That's our purpose for creating platformOS. And throughout this process, we went through the history of how platformOS started and what were the reasonings behind that, which will be all on our new website. So please stay tuned for that. So based upon our purpose, we tried to work out what our ambition is for the product. And that's we're passionate about creating an ecosystem. We're a community of global industry experts, from startups to enterprise, engage with each other in a co-opetition, which is a cooperative competition approach that push each other to build the best of breed technology solutions that change the way we live and engage with the world. That is our ambition for what we are creating. So how do we do that? By creating a platform to build web and mobile apps faster, by leveraging an ecosystem of tools with automated DevOps and a thriving global community. platformOS is our tool to do and to build this community and really have a whole bunch of people building great digital technology solutions, which we hope would be able to change the world. And the potential is that they might not be able to do that if platformOS wasn't there. That's what we hope. So that was the whole marketing exercise. Well, there's a lot more to that, but I just wanted to share some of it with you. And so over the next 2 weeks, we're going to be working through to develop our new website and going through that. And then Carter came through with her user experience. So she presented at a town hall a few weeks back. And for us, user experience is just an absolutely critical part for us. And it's been defined. And so it's just brilliant to have Carter with her experience come in and show us indeed, and show the team, because I think from an engineering perspective, sometimes it's really hard to understand the user experience and what different users go through in the process of using platformOS. So, we just, Carter went through with us what the process and goals were for platformOS user experience over 2019. And so the main areas of focus was how can UX contribute to the development process? How can research and analytics help us to verify directions? How can we include partners? So, she presented some of this, but for us, it was really going into a lot more detail with it and helping us understand and learn that process. So she went through the design thinking, what the new features will be coming and what the content research, which will then help our brand story, our brand design, and our design thinking moving forward. She went through a lot of these scenarios and how the process is, and just defining steps of what we need to do. So she went through in a lot of detail, and there's a whole bunch of missing slides here, but I just wanted to share some of that went through, just so you understand that the user experience is really important to us. We want you to have a great time with it. We wanted to make it user friendly, and if you have feedback in regards to how we can do that, we are always here to listen. Quality assurance is obviously an enormous part of ensuring the user experience is great and that our platform is performing at the level that we expect it to. So Jakut and Hubert were led through 2 presentations with us. Jakut went through transformation from a manual to an automated release process. So obviously, as we grow, we need to work smarter, not harder. So we've been changing how we go through that. And he just went through the methodologies of that process with us. The 3 different types of software delivery processes and where we are going ourselves with it. And then Hubert came through and just kind of went through the client testing process with us and giving us an understanding of what the client process goes through, because a lot of our backend guys don't always necessarily see this. What tools that they use to ensure that we're following a right process. Deployment process, how that all goes through, just so they get an understanding of what's involved in ensuring that we're doing the right things for our clients. And then the future deployment directions of where we need to go. So QA is a huge focus. It's great to have these two guys just really having a great insight and thinking of future developments on all of this. It's just fantastic. Documentation by Diana. Once again, she presented on our town hall a few weeks ago. It's just phenomenally amazing what she's doing. The feedback from our channel partners is it's been a lot of great feedback about how our documentation is changing and improving and how useful it's getting. And we will continue to focus on that. So Diana went through with us our goals and plans for the rest of 2019. And so that's about brand awareness, about our content, and about our analytics. And just, our new documentation site, what it will look like from a design perspective, ensuring that user experience is there, the structure of how everything's laid out, how we deliver that content to our channel partners. The actual content, so the onboarding docs has been a significant part of the feedback that everyone's been saying, look, we really need that onboarding experience to improve. And so that's a big focus for us now. And both Diana and Carter are working closely to ensure that is a really great process. And obviously Adam's super excited because he gets to make more videos. Best practice, so understanding what the best practices are and how we leverage off that to ensure that we are delivering documentation that is at that standard that a lot of the developers are asking for and demanding. So that's really important to us. And then the analytics, which is just, it's just critical. So all the times when you don't feel it's working right, it's absolutely essential that you tell us, because we will definitely look into it and work out how we can best help and change it and making sure that experience is better. We went through our client work. Arthur went through a presentation with us about all the client work that we've been doing. So these are some of our clients that we've been working directly with on building products for them. And our client objectives for 2019 is obviously delivering the client work. We need to ensure that we're going through that process. Understanding the end-to-end process of delivering a project, because the reality is that's what you guys go through. And we need to ensure that we understand that process as well. And also when you have problems and tell us, we will actually understand what that is. Refining the service delivery process to minimize client costs and reducing timeframes. So, once again, it's just understanding, okay, if we're delivering a process, can we do things better? Can we make it easier for you? you know, and did the modules help, and what are the modules that everyone's asking for, and what are those needs? Research and learnings to improve functionality and user experience for our channel partners, while assisting us to refine our engineering direction and core development. So obviously, it's important that we understand how our functionality works when developing on the platform, and what that user experience of either using the partner portal or building things or going through the front end development, and how all that joins together. And then obviously through those learnings, it will help us refine our engineering direction, and that will go through our core development. So based upon that, our front end developer, Maciek, also came through and presented his experience of using platformOS while delivering a site we do for one of our clients. So we wanted to understand, we've got a number of feedback from front-end developers on their experience on developing on platformOS. So we wanted to really get an understanding of that. So Maciek went through that process with us, what the technical components were, live database, data rules, easy file management, hosting. We also went through the user experience on other platforms. So we kind of, tried to understand how our platform was delivering that experience and where our front-end development needs to go. Went through the instant console with us, the user accounts management, data visualization, GraphQL console, logs, file management. So we kind of went through a whole bunch of this stuff with us. And I think it was great to get that front-end knowledge, and that because we've received a lot of criticism on that for platformOS. So getting his insight after doing what we do, understanding everything that we've been told, will only help us now proceed with what we feel needs to be developed for the platform. Our DevOps by Darius, or Derek. So he went through with us kind of the deployment of getting it from once you're on platformOS and how to get the domain and all that ready. So he was just going through that, teaching everybody about that process and the intricacies of it. And these are the kind of things that a lot of people don't see, but working in the background trying to develop. And then we went to obviously our innovation. So as we said, we can't just sit here and just hope to just work on everything is going to be great. So we're always constantly looking at the next thing. And Pavel was kind enough to share with us what he feels the innovation is coming forward. And that's serverless frameworks, and what that will look like in the future. He went through and tried to explain all this to us. Obviously went over my head, but hopefully the engineer guys had fun with it. And he went through with the pros of serverless, went through the cons with us, and then he showed us what the improvements was with AWS Lambda. So we went through this whole process of trying to understand what was next thing and getting everyone's insight onto that, and we can now work on what that potential is for platformOS. So we went through, sorry, that shouldn't be 2018, but it should be 2019. But we went through our goals. And our business goals for 2019 at the moment, this is separate from the development goals that Maciek had already presented. But for us, it's really, finalizing our marketing, really focusing on that onboarding experience, ensuring that the customer functionality is there. So all the feedback that you've given us, all the things that you need to make sure that your job is better, that we're actually focusing on improving that for you. And then we'll have a whole team, Colin being the great BD guy he is, will be selling the product and basically getting us to scale and developing that community. And that is basically our goals for platformOS. If we were to break that down further and what that would look like for us, it's just there's another layer that will go through that we're trying to plan through. So that has been kind of what we've been doing for the past 2 weeks in Poland. And that is it from me. I'm going to quickly switch to, all right, exit out of that. And I'm just going to quickly show you the Google photos of our lovely kind of experience in our escape room. This is hence why I was saying this is like the Ninja Warrior version of our escape room, and just climbing through things, going through tubes, swinging around, trying to get across, which I completely screwed up because I was recording these guys, so I was the last one to leave, and then I just fell over. So that was a very interesting escape room experience. But it was great to be able to share that with the team and go through that process with them. So it's great to have everyone there. Anyone have any questions? Stop sharing it.
Thanks a lot, Clark. That's pretty awesome. And I think I would like to see an escape room like that. That was very different than anything I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, like Adam was like, "There's no way we can do that in the US. We'll just get sued." So we're just gonna have to get you over to Poland.
Yep.
Anything else?
Any questions, anyone?
All the comments are about the escape room.
Yeah, there's an actual amazingly hilarious video of Adam somewhere in there. I'm just not sure where it is, but I'll find it and post it of our mighty leader just having the most hilarious time. No more questions? No questions from anyone? Well, if that's the case, thank you for listening. It's great to be within this community. We thank you as all our early adopters for believing in us and continue to support us. And we really hope in the next 6 months that we'll be just doing amazing things and seeing our platform grow and develop and delivering on things for you guys. And once again, if you ever have any feedback, if you have anything that you want to tell us, we're here to listen. We're telling the team that we each bring something different to the table. We each have different skills that each other doesn't have. And our ability to argue with each other and push each other is what really sets us in the right direction at times. So we really believe in this community as well as our product. So we're always happy to listen to what you guys have. I'm just waiting for Adam to like just suddenly pop up and be like, I was listening all along. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in.
Thanks.
Wherever around the world.
Thanks, Clark. Good work.
You can give some actual claps now. That's the problem with these presentations is it's so silent for the presenter.
Yeah, definitely. You're like, yeah, listening. Oh, see, my check's clapping. He's right next to me.
All right. Thank you, Clark. I'm going to sign off now. So in terms of recording, so thank you very much. Great presentation. Looking forward to being there next time.
Yeah, definitely. We missed you, Colin. I mean, the Cyclide team was like, I talked to Colin more than anyone else, and he's not here.
I had to keep the home fires burning. Yeah. But looking forward to the next one. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. Thanks, Clark.
Thanks.